Yeah, so how does this fishing pier last 100 years when so many other fishing piers have been washed away? Well, you can thank the family that built it back in 1923, the same family that's been rebuilding the pier year after year ever since. It's dawn at Cape Fear, another sunrise in the skies beyond Kure Pier. A century of fishing history here, where every day still starts the same way. At first light, lines tight, waiting for that first bite.
He's right there, Tom.
But Tyrone Powell will tell you, after 27 years of fishing the Kure Beach Pier, this is the day he'll remember.
I'm trying to get him to go back left.
Get him, Ty, get him.
If I can get him to go back left.
Hooking a 90-pound tarpon from Kure Pier on his 12-pound line. Too big to pull up, so as a crowd gathers below the pier to watch, well, that's where Powell is headed to.
That's a good thing he's going past that sandbar, y'all.
And then, after fighting the big fish for almost an hour, comes that feeling of finally reeling it in. On the beach, cheers. And back at the pier,
God bless. Good job. Good
handshakes
job.
to celebrate his biggest catch ever.
Nice tarpon.
And
nice
as Powell heads out the door to fish some more, well, maybe he's hooked on Kure Pier too.
777 feet from the road, 632 feet of it sticks out over the water.
Owner Paul Robertson knows every inch of Kure Pier from the bottom up.
That's a 6x12.
Every brace, board, and beam below this pier deck. Every post and pylon propping up the pier for decades.
And where the pylons step out, you can see all the old stubs that are still left out there, but it's not pretty, no, but it's strong.
Yeah.
You don't need to make everything pretty, you know? This tells a story.
The 100-year story of Kure Pier begins with Robertson's great-grandfather, L.C. Kure.
So L.C. was the first originator of the pier. He had some background in building ship wharfs.
But the pier that L.C. built, that grew so popular through the 1920s and 30s and 40s, was no match for Hurricane Hazel in 1954, so it was Robertson's grandfather who rebuilt Kure Pier after Hazel. In 1984, when Hurricane Diana made 400 feet at the far end of the pier disappear, Robertson's father rebuilt it a second time. And in 1996, when a 1-2 punch from Hurricanes Bertha and Fran left the Kure Beach Pier in ruins again.
They say they don't make them like they used to.
Well, that's when Robertson's dad rebuilt the Atlantic's oldest fishing pier again, even taller, raising Kure Pier from its original 18 feet to today's 25 feet above the water.
When you have the storms now and you're sitting out here and I come down during the eye and I look out the back door and go, whew, you know, you can see the ocean spray come up through the cracks. You know, they're just touching the bottoms of the boards, but they're not getting on top of the pier to be able to cause havoc, you know.
But you kept on building back, your family, storm after storm, year after year.
I mean, that's our livelihood. This is what we do.
Kure Pier hasn't changed much over the years. They do sell souvenirs now and t-shirts here in a much bigger pier store. The old Kure Pier store from the 40s is now a restaurant across the street. And during the summer months, the family that founded Kure Beach and built Kure Pier still welcomes other families who vacation here.
Great-grandparents, grandparents, parents, and the kids, they all say they will never go anywhere else. And then they go and they eat in the restaurants for dinner, and then they come out on the pier and they get their ice cream, and then they walk the pier because it's free to walk out. It warms my heart with all the love that other people have for it as well.
But after Labor Day, when the shadows on Kure Pier get longer and those vacations at Kure Beach become summer memories, well, that's when this pier that's famous for fishing gets back to its 100-year tradition.
We call it the September flip. You go from the tourists to the fishermen. The tourists are here enjoying themselves and doing their thing, but spring, fall, when the fish are moving, this is 100% a fishing pier and fishing town.
There's no fussing, no beer, no drinking on this pier. It's a family pier.
90-year-old Tom Hardy is part of that fishing family. So is 79-year-old Mark Arthur.
and it depends on how the fish is biting, but most of the time we fish about 8 hours.
Yep, every Wednesday all year, you'll find Tom and Mark here on the Kure Beach Pier, next to the rest of the regulars, all at the rail with rod and reel, along with a pelican named George, who's just looking for a free meal. What's the biggest fish you ever caught on this pier?
I caught a 10-pound tube blue.
One day it's good, and one day you can't catch anything, you know.
But you know what? The fellowship is worth it all. You know, we've made a lot of friends over the years.
You've got a responsibility to
keep it going.
Keep this open.
Absolutely, absolutely. It means everything to me, but it means so much to so many people.
And come hurricanes or high water, Paul Robertson promises they'll always have a Kure Pier to come back to, no matter what.
And if a NOAA comes and knocks it down, we're putting it back. For it to be here for 100 years, you know, obviously we're doing something right, and we're not going to change it.
By the way, if you're planning a visit here to Kure Pier, well, no reason to circle any special dates on your calendar, because this pier is open 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. Even during the winter months when the pier store is closed, the pier itself is still open. Just don't forget your rod and reel.
Thanks for watching, and if you don't want to miss any more great regional stories, please subscribe to our PBS Charlotte YouTube channel.